245. 245 all clean within the A zone. Let's get it back to back. Two, 235 all clean within the A zone. We're going to walk on down, we're going to check out the target, and then we'll bring it back and we'll go to the 10-yard line. Let's take a look. All right, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just breaking the line. The line breaks 100% count. All right, let's get it back to the 10-yard line. 172. All clean, 172. All right, let's get it back to back. All right, 168. 168 with one outside the targeted area, so that would not count. So right now we have 2 clean runs, 1 clean run, and then 1 that was a failure. So we're 3 for 4, but we're still in it. Let's go take a look at the target. All right, first 2 shots were right here. Second round, first shot, second shot. All right, let's move it up to the 7-yard line, and then we'll get ready to rock and roll for the next stage. Woo! Just squeaked by. Just squeaked by. 481. 481, all clean. Let's get it back to back. All right, that was a 439. 439. I think we might have one that just squeaked high. Let's go take a look. All right, so this is the 2 reload 4, right? The fast drill, and we just squeaked one a little bit high over, so that would not count. But all the rest of the rounds were in. So the first run was clean. The second run was not. So right now we are 4 for 6. That means we definitely got to go back to back on the creating space build drill, which is going to be the last and final drill. So got to go back to back to obtain the goal. Otherwise, we're not there. So let's move it up to 3, and then we'll get after it. One 180, all clean. Let's get it back to back. One 181. Can you get it? Let me hold it for 2. All right, 181. All right, come on down. Let's take a look at the target. So we should have 5 and 5 is 10, and then 6 and 6 is 12 for a total of 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Good to go. So everything's looking really good there. Extremely excited to announce and finally release P1T Tactics Elite Performance Pistol Standards. Let's talk about what these standards are and what they're not. This is not a standard or a cold standard. This is not a standard that you're expected to come up and run 9 out of 10 times. This is not a standard that you can come to the range every day, clean it down, burn it down, and then continue the next day with the same thing. There's a reason why I called it the Elite Performance Standard. I wanted to make it extremely difficult, very challenging, yet very attainable. So I wouldn't even say I developed these standards. These standards were already developed. They've been taught, shot in numerous classes by phenomenal instructors, and I kind of just stole and picked different things that I love, and paying homage to all the guys that helped me get to where I am today. The Gabe White, the Scott Jedlinski, the fast coin drill with Todd Green and now Ernest Langdon. A lot of these things started to help mold me as a shooter, and also mold me as an instructor. And that's where I've developed these from. So it kind of holds close to my heart here, very dear, and I love that. So this is the target. It is a normal USPSA target. It is only scored on the A zone and a 4x4 inch square pasty that'll be put onto the head box. All right, so let's start with the first stage going all the way back to 15 yards. That's going to be draw on the buzzer, and that's 5 rounds only on the A zone. Line breaks do count. That's a 1.5 second draw, a 0.3 split, 0.3 split, 0.3 split, and then a 0.2 split. You'll notice in some of these stages, the last split is going to be dropped a little bit. I've noticed over the years and years of training that once you get comfortable behind the gun, you get this little bit of an accelerating gas pedal. So, once again, to challenge, if you got that great grip, great fundamentals, you will run it a little bit faster as you continue. So once again, 1.5 draw, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, and a 0.2. That takes us to a 2.6 second, all on the A zone. All right, so we got to do it once, and then as you guys all know how I run my drills, we have to do it back to back. We'll talk about what the passing standards are, but you're going to get an opportunity to run it again. So you'll load and make ready again, plus up your gun, draw on the buzzer, 5 rounds again on the A zone, 2.6 seconds or less. All right, once we finish up on stage 1, we're going to move it up. We're going to be at 10 yards. And now this is my interpretation of Gabe White's immediate incapacitation. The easiest drill out of his turbo pin standards is the immediate incapacitation. The data shows it, the recording of every shooter, and then straight out of Gabe's mouth in conversations that we've had, what would you make tougher? And his answer was 100% the 7 yards immediate incapacitation. And I love that drill. I think it's very realistic, and it plays a very vital role in today's everyday carry citizen and how they might apply drawing and put in an effective round immediately on target. So we're going to be at 10 yards, and we're going to a 4x4 inch square, and we're going to drop the time down from 2 seconds to 1.9. So load and make ready, 10 yards, draw, 2 rounds on the 4x4 inch square, 1.5 second draw with a 0.4 split. That gets us to a 1.9 par time. And once again, load and make ready again for the second time, back to back. 7 yards, we're going to draw, put 2 rounds on the 4x4 inch square, speed reload, 4 rounds back into the same 4x4 inch pasty, which the par time is 4.99. So that puts us at a 1.5 second draw, a 0.4 split, then we're going to go to a 1.35 reload, and then a 25 split, 25 split, and then followed up with a 24 to give us that 4.99 par. Just that little bit of 0.01 to keep you thinking about it, that a 5.00 will not get it done. 3 yards, this is what I think is very pertinent in the everyday carry life. Not only are we creating space, but I'm forcing you to start at high thoracic. I don't like to always just kind of hanging down, hands relaxed. If I'm at this close, 3 yards, and I sense something that's not right, I might have my hands up already. So for the purpose of the drill, you have to start high thoracic. You know, you want to go surrender position, that's up to you, but just anything above that chest plate right about here is good to go. So from here, we're going to draw and initiate movement on the draw, and as we back up, we're going to be shooting a bill drill. 6 rounds, all within the A zone, 1.99 or less. So that's a 1 second draw, 20 split, 20 split, 20 split, and then a 0.19 split to give us that 1.99. We run every drill twice, so it's a total of 8 runs. You need to be 6 out of 8 to pass. Out of the 8 runs, you need to pass 1 time on every stage. So if you start on the first stage and go clean, back to back, second stage clean, back to back, third stage clean, back to back, that's 6 for 6 already. But if you come up to the bill drill at 3 yards while creating space and you foul and fail, that's an automatic failure because you did not pass at least 1 time at the final stage. So with the 6 out of 8, you also need to be able to make sure that you pass 1 time from every stage. The starting positions. So as we start, you are not allowed to prep your garment. All right, you have to relax your hands. You can start high thoracic if you want on everyone, but there is no grabbing your shirt or prepping your garment at all. Hands are relaxed at sides. On the buzzer is when we draw. The only exception to this rule is the final stage, the bill drill at 3 yards creating space. I'm forcing you to start at high thoracic. Mulligans. If you get on the line and you draw and you kind of, don't get a good grip, you have an opportunity to reholster and do it again only once from each stage. All right. I understand. I love the value of other instructors where you only get 1 opportunity, but I do also understand the value of pushing speed, and sometimes it's not always perfect. And what I don't want to have is a mistake where we throw a gun or drop something. So if something isn't right, you do have an opportunity to reholster and get back on the clock, but you only get 1 opportunity per each stage. So 4 total mulligans. Use them wisely. So if it doesn't feel good, you only get 1 more after that, 1 more real run. All right, get on P1Tactics.com. You guys can read over all the rules again. You can check everything out if I left anything out. Please, when you run this, tag me on Instagram, send me the messages. I'd love to see all the scores out there. Go get your coin.